Hey guys, so this video is going to be probably pretty short and pretty brief, but one of the biggest questions I've been seeing online, especially this time of the year, and people are starting to, get all of their stuff ready for the summertime for vacation and stuff. With us getting into 2021 now, people are wanting to reserve places if they haven't already done so, looking at trail permits and stuff. So this video is going to be solely on the off-road affidavits for both a licensed vehicle you want to have licensed in South Dakota, and then for a vehicle to temporary. So basically the way that it works, if you want to have an actual licensed vehicle in South Dakota, to where you have a South Dakota license plate, you have to have, purchase agreement, driver's license, social security card, actual social security card, not just the number. Um, you have to have the manufacturer origination. So basically, where the title or some kind of an ownership card comes from, um, and then a slew of other things that that the counties out there can work with you on. What I've done is and I have printed off stuff here for ATV temporary permits, and I will always have these on me. So whenever I'm out in the hills, I will always have them. That way, if anybody ever has any questions, I can relate to it. But basically, the way a temporary works is that you can get on their websites, and all I did was Googled South Dakota off-road temporary permits. And the ones I got are from Lawrence County, which is up by Deadwood. And basically, the temporary permit and then the full up, straight up licensing, full-time licensing in South Dakota, they're the same affidavit. They're an off-road affidavit. For instance, I understand, do hereby swear that I had installed on the above described 2 or 4 wheelers, all terrain vehicles, a rear view mirror, a horn, exhaust and muffler, headlights, license plate light, parking tail and stop lights, minimum of 200cc engine for 4-wheelers, minimum of 120cc engine for 2 wheels. And then obviously what you do is you would sign, date that, and send that back in with your mailing. So the way it works is a lot of people have asked about how much money and stuff it costs. Well, the permit is available for a minimum of 5 days and maximum of 15 days per fiscal year. Cost is $1 per day. If we will be mailing the permit back to you, please include $2 per permit for postage and handling. And then it says mail documents to Deadwood. And then it talks about we can only do the permits within 30 days of when the permit starts, and permits cannot be changed, canceled, or refunded. So basically what that means is they when they do the permits, they got 30 days from when they're submitted to basically use your permit, if that makes sense. So what you need to do on that is make sure that you use your permit within the 30 days of when you submit it. So this is a brief look of what the affidavit will look like, what it'll include, questions and all that kind of stuff. This is the South Dakota motor vehicle affidavit. This is basically a piece of paper that you'll hand in for the interstate process for your licensing and stuff. And then this is obviously, like I said, this is the affidavit for a title and registration. As you can see, it's pretty much similar to that of the temporary permit. So if you guys have any questions, the best way to do it, with me being in Northwest Iowa right now, we go a lot with Union County in South Dakota, which is El Point. Another thing that you guys need to understand too when it comes to titling, if you guys want to get an actual title registration for South Dakota, there's been a lot of things going on over the years where people are going to their nearest county, which for a lot of us in Iowa, it's Union County. And the county that you go to gets the $25 for your registration and whatnot. Well, what they've done now is they've done it to where whatever county you're registered in, you want to make sure that you are telling them that you're going to ride locally, not tell them that it's part of the Black Hills, because people are getting turned away and saying that you need to go out to Pennington, Lawrence, Meade, so on and so forth counties to get licensed. So just keep that in mind when you guys go to a courthouse or whatever. Is just tell them that you guys are going to use it for local writing in whatever county you're going to. It will go over. It's not like they can just track you into one county, so you don't have to worry about that at all. But just make sure that when you go, you have all proper documentation, and calling the county office and asking them what you all need to get your license done properly and your titling done properly would be the best way to go. Other than that, like I said, a minimum of 5 days, a maximum of 15 days per fiscal year on the temp permits, and it's $1 a day, and then you got to do $2 per machine when you send it in. All documents need to be put in. There was a question about if you have a temp tag, how do you also put a light on that? So I've never had experience with it myself because I've always had a license plate for South Dakota. But from what I'm understanding, they're okay with it. I mean, I don't think that they're going to expect you to go out there and put a piece of paper on a license plate that is 2 feet above the ground where you're going to go across water and you're going to rip it apart. So what I've usually always done is either if you have a window, put it in one of the corners of your window, your front window, to where it's out of your sight so you can still see, or I always just keep it on me. And if I get pulled over, I show them the documentation, and if the officer says, hey, you got to put it here, here, and there, at the end of the day, find some tape, put it where he tells you to put it. I've been out to the hills 15 times now riding. I went out there about 10 times this year by myself, but this year alone. And then the last 3 years of riding and the last 8-9 years of actually just going out there vacationing. And I have come across National Forest personnel twice. And one of them, I literally flagged the gal down to ask her a bunch of questions about trail systems. So trail systems will be something else I'll get into on another video. I'll try and knock out the way that they view trails and the width. Because we need to remember it's a national forest. They don't have to be open. I know everybody thinks they work for us and stuff. That's not wrong, but nothing's keeping them open. If we keep trashing trails, it's not gonna. They'll just have the trails and the FSRs open to people that are doing logging and stuff and quarry work, and they won't even care about what we do. You know, you gotta remember UTVs and ATVs have only started being popular out there the last 5 to 10 years. I mean, at this kind of height. So they've had the national forests have been around for a long time. So they've done just fine without having machines out there before. So let's not ruin that, but that's another video for a different day. So once again, Twisted Metal Power Sports, Facebook, YouTube, or you can hit me up privately, Brad Easton. Have a good night.